Hi buddy, it's Derek from 9D Diagnostics. We're just going to go through today how you replace a water pump on a Mercedes C200 2012. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date with all our latest videos. So let's click on, have a look. Now I've already removed the fan belt. So a little tip when you're removing a fan belt, this fan belt, it runs around everything. Is just to do a little diagram of which way the belt actually runs. So this is your crankshaft, this is your alternator, this is your water pump, these are your tensioners and what have you. So you just run which way it goes, because you come back to this in an hour or so and you're going to go, what way was that belt going? So your tensioner for the belt is just down here. It's a 17mm socket, and you just pull it back and it'll take the tension off and you can remove the belt. So it's pre-tensioned, so you don't have to worry about putting tension back on this later on. That's as simple as that. Water pump is just here. You've got 7 bolts that are around this, simple as that, and then a little vacuum valve here. And then once you've removed that, that's it. The water pump is out. I'm just going to show you the bolts here. These are the bolts. As you can see, they've got a little hole in the middle. So you do need a specific star shape to go in there. Your standard one is not going to do. It's a T30 with a hole, and you remove your 7 bolts, and it's as simple really as that. There's not much in the way of this. So this is our new water pump here. Our water pump is leaking and it's also quite noisy, so I'm going to go crack on and get this done and get it replaced. Okay. Okay, that's one. Okay, I have one more left in here. I've removed a majority of the bolts just for sake of time. I have one more up here. We've already drained the coolant out of this. I would suggest to do that beforehand. Maybe remove one of the bottom rad hose pipes. Or you can just take it off here if you want. It's going to leak out. As soon as you remove the bolts, your coolant is going to flow out of this. So here's our old water pump off. Now, as you can see here, there is a rubber gasket that goes around. And look, this was leaking on this car, so the gasket has failed. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a bit of gasket. This is our new one. We're going to put a bit of gasket sealer around here, just to make sure that this doesn't leak. But also, this was, if you can hear it there. You can hear the noise. It shouldn't be making that noise, and this is our new one. No noise. So we're going to go ahead and finish this job off and put the new water pump in, and then we're going to bleed the system out. So I'll do just a little video on how you bleed the system out of coolant. Make sure there's no air gaps in it. Okay? Okay, so we have the new water pump put in. The 7 bolts are in. There's a new water pump in. So we're going to go ahead now. I'm going to put the fan belt in. So this is where this little diagram comes in quite handy. Now look, I have the manual over there with the shape of the diagram, but most people won't have it. So just draw a little diagram, saves you the hassle. And now we just got to figure out, going by the diagram, which way it all goes. So let's go ahead and do this. This is a huge belt. I'm going to reuse this belt. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no cracks in it. There's no damage. So it's good to go. You need 6 pairs of hands doing this sometimes. Now, Okay, it's roughly the way it runs. I haven't got it around the alternator, but I'll do that now. We just take the tension off this belt, just down here, just there. It's not going to walk that way. Okay, so there we go, that's the fan belt on. Good job we had that little diagram. It just saves down, it cuts down a lot of time and issue with doing it. So the new fan belt is in. So the next protocol is to fill it with coolant and then bleed the system out. Bleeding the system out is quite important. We don't want any air pockets in the coolant. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so before you actually fill the car up with coolant once your pump has been replaced, you want to turn your heaters up to its maximum, if it's dual, on both sides, and then maybe just have it on temperature setting 1. The reason why you want to do this is you want to open the radiator up inside so you get the coolant to come into the radiator. Once that's done, you can then top up your coolant and then run the engine. Some cars have bleed ports along the coolant pipes. I can't find any on this car, so we're just going to have to watch it and monitor the system. Once the coolant is in, well then we have our diagnostic equipment hooked up, and we're going to be looking at our coolant temperature and making sure that the coolant temperature comes up to its operating temperature. The fans turn on and then come off, and make sure that the rad pipes top and bottom are hot. And that's basically it, and then make sure there's no leaks. Once that's done and the system is bled out, you're good to go. But you need to make sure that you bleed the system out correctly. If there's any pockets of air in here, you can damage the cylinder head and cause lots of damage. So this part is quite critical. Okay, so we're going to crack on and get going with it. Okay, so once your rad pipes, your bottom rad pipe, which is down here, and your top rad pipe are the same temperature, which means the thermostat is open, the coolant is getting around the radiator. You've got your coolant pipes that go into the radiator in here, both of them are hot. You've got hot air coming inside the vehicle. The job is done. It's coming up to operating temperature and it's dropping off, so it's doing what it should be. Then just top up your coolant and the job is done. But that's quite an important step. It can take a little bit of time to do that. Sometimes I've found it can take longer to bleed out the system, but they can't actually replace the actual part. But if it's not done right, you get lots of problems. So the job is done, and we're going to get the car back to the customer. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Okay, have a good one.